Therefore, we're going to switch into 5 precepts. It is easy, and you can make these things as your boundary lines in your lay life. So 5 precepts consider as lifetime precepts. Forever, wherever you can observe and take care of 5 precepts. So then, going into 5 precepts, let's start with page number 2. As we did last time, we can start with the latest part. Focus on Ayya makes sense. Is it page 5? But anyway, it should be 5 precepts. So here in the Pali, Tisarana Panchasila Yachana. That is for the 3 retreats and 5 precepts. And we'll start. Yamahang vadami samvadek. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Yampi buddham saranam gacchami. Yampi dhammam saranam gacchami. Yampi sangham saranam gacchami. Yampi dham saranam gacchami. Yampi dhammam saranam gacchami. Yampi sangham saranam gacchami. Sarana gamanam sampurnam. Anatipata siddhapanam samadhya. Adinadana veramani siddhapanam samadhya. Kamesu miccācāra veramani sikkhapadam samadhya. Musāvāda veramani sikkhapadam samadhya. Suvamire madhyapamādhāna veramani sikkhapadam samadhya. Saranena Saddhim Panchasīlam Dhammam Samadhitva Sadhukam Surakitam Katva Napramadena Sampadetam Sīlena Sukratim Yanti Sīlena Bhoga Samprada Sīlena Nibhutim Yanti Tasma Sīlam Sodhi. Turning to page number Karmimukta Sutta, page number 47. Let's recite metta, loving kindness, discourse together. One is still in good, wishing to attain that the state of peace should and us. One should be able, stay upright, obedient, gentle, and humble. One should be content, easy to support, with humility, living lightly, control his senses discreetly, not imprudent and attached to committees. One should not do any slight wrong, which the wise might eschew. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, big or small, long, large, medium, short, subtle or gross, visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth. May all beings have happy minds. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere. Neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another. As a mother who is called life to protect the only child, even so towards all living beings, one should cultivate the love of God. One should cultivate for all the world the heart of boundless and loving presence. Above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without fear to visit. Whether standing, walking, or sitting, lying down, or laying away, one should develop this mindfulness. This is called divine development. Not calling inferior species, but virtuous and endowed with vision, removing desire for sensual pleasures. One comes and begins to bear. By the power of this truth, may I always have well-being. By the power of this truth, may I always have well-being. By the power of this truth, may I always have well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. So today is the last day in our 3 characteristics of existence retreat. During last few days, we were able to discuss few things. Basically, what does means of to see as they are. Always you might heard this stanza in previous Dhamma talks and things. Buddhists are practicing to gain wisdom for what? To see things as they are. We are living with ignorance. As a result of that ignorance, we are not recognizing things as they are. So, particularly in these retreats, we were able to discuss what does means that seeing as they are. What is the reality? So, we discuss about anicca, impermanence, dukkha, suffering or unsatisfactoriness, and anatta or no self or selflessness. So, to explain these three characteristics, we use to discuss Anatta Lakkana Sutta, the discourse given by the Buddha. And we mentioned about the sutta name Vipallasa. We discussed Mahasatipatthana Sutta, for foundation of mindfulness. And we discussed Girimananda Sutta. Those are the discourses that mainly that we used to discuss in here with you. So now you have homework. The homework are to read these sutta. Don't depend on my words or my teachings. You have to find. I just set up fire. Then you have to pay attention to keep that fire. You can make it as a big fire to burn all the defilements, not your house. Try to burn all the defilements through this fire. So, to do that, you have to gain yourself. We just discussed, so in the path. So now you have duty, responsibility to gain that knowledge, increase your knowledge to gain wisdom. So during these 2-3 days, we were discussing, and sometimes we got a chance to discuss about the matters that we have regarding the practice. And so I hope all these discussions and question and answers would help you to increase your knowledge and experience. But as I mentioned, it is not enough. Because the learning of Buddhism is not easy thing. It is like you are trying to get to know about the ocean. It's huge and deep, very deep. At the beginning, it might not feel as a deep thing, but when you start to get in there, you might feel it is very deep, subtle, wide thing. So, as a person who is living with others and in particularly about lay life, it is not easy to find the time to practice and to learn something new. All these, most of the things that we discuss here, those things are not coming through your culture, not coming through your daily routines, daily discussions, daily meetings. These all are kind of new, particularly in this culture and this society. Not only this society, around the world is the nature. Even though traditional Buddhist countries like Sri Lanka, Thailand, Cambodia, Burma, Vietnam, Tibet, most of the places, people does not have much opportunity to learn Buddhism and discuss Buddhism, because this is not something easy to understand. According to the Buddha's explanation, Paññāvāntasaya Dhammo, only the wise people can get use and support from the teachings of the Buddha. Only the wise people can apply this method for their day-to-day life and day-to-day practice. So Venerable Anuruddha was thinking many things, and there was 8 things. The Buddha had 9 things that goes Ayadhammo Paññāvāntassa Naya Duppanyassa. This Dharma teachings, not for people who are not able to think deeply, widely. This Dhamma can use only people who can think deeply, widely, wise people. So therefore, we have an upstream journey. Our journey should go against the current, not with the current. We got this message from the Buddha at the beginning. Siddhartha ascetic, he stayed practicing self-mortification 6 years. After 6 years, he started to practice a middle path, moderate in everything. And then the day that he is planning to sit under the Bodhi tree, where he attained enlightenment, while he was sitting, there was a lady named Sujata came to offer milk rice. After her offering and finished his meal, the Buddha went to river Ganges, sitting on river bank, Buddha determined himself, if my wishes going come to true, the bowl should go against the current. Otherwise, my wishes not come. So, having that determination, throw the bowl into water, then that bowl went up or upstream. Therefore, this is a symbol. This is not just a kind of determination, so action and reaction. This is a symbol of our practice. What kind of practice that we should apply, we should do, the nature of that practice. It is upstream journey. We are not going with the currents, we are going against the currents. Whole world going in some directions, but our practice is not going into that directions, we are going against the directions. For example, in Dhammapada, to the advice, Nahi verena verani sammantida kudachana, averena cha sammantesa dhammosana. If you want to find the solution for your anger, anger never ceased by anger. To cease your anger, you should develop metta. Metta is the solution to get rid of your anger. So, around the world we can see people are living with anger, and when they have anger, they are ready to go fight. They have arguments, debates with their angry thoughts. They are trying to get a solution for their anger, developing anger. But Buddha said in other way, if you have anger, find the solutions for your anger, developing metta. In another place, akkodena jine koda, how you can win, krodha means anger or jealous, akkodena, through your metta and compassion. You can win your anger through metta. These are eternal laws. These are universal laws. Therefore, in our practice, we have to think about it is upstream journey. We go against the current. It means we may not be able to get much support in this society. We don't have much support. Not only you, for everybody. keeping that in your mind. Develop your mindfulness always. What kind of journey I have? I have to go against the current. Therefore, there might be so many opportunities to increase your anger, increase your ignorance, increase your all other defilements. There are 1,500 defilements that can arise in your mind. All the opportunities are there through your pictures, sound, taste, feelings. All these things will help in this society to increase your unwholesomeness. But be mindful. My duty, my responsibility, my practice is not to develop anger, not to develop any unwholesome thoughts. So, first, recognize unwholesome thoughts as unwholesome thoughts. Recognizing unwholesome thoughts as unwholesome thoughts, then pay attention to control those thoughts. Unwholesome thoughts, recognizing as unwholesome, then you are paying attention, you are developing your energy, behavior, and you are developing your effort to control these unwholesome thoughts. When you start to control with your energy and effort, then you may be able to reduce. Reducing and reducing, controlling and controlling, and developing your wisdom. Through the wisdom, you are able to eliminate all the defilements from your mind. One day, when you are able to eliminate all the defilements from your mind, that day would be the day that you can establish your happiness forever. That mind, that happiness never change, because it does not have any unwholesome roots, unwholesome influence. There is a simile that you can keep in your mind. Keeping your mind uplifts means with happiness. It's like something that you have heavy things you want to keep up. But naturally, there's a connection with the earth, gravitation. That gravitation is not helping us to keep things up. Same as our defilements are like gravitation that we have on earth. Is the nature of our earth. Always try to take things to keep on earth. All the time. It's nature, is the nature. So then, if you want to keep up something, you have to develop some kind of power, some kind of energy. With the help of that energy, you can keep up that material, heavy things. How much energy you have, that much time you can keep that things up. But one day, if you can reduce completely that gravitation, if you are able to cut off completely that gravitation, then you can keep things as it is without changing. It's like when someone going away from the area where the gravitation is, and after that things is floating. No any gravitation influence. That material, how much heavy, it does not matter, that thing would be floating there. In the same way, our gravitation is negative thoughts. Our gravitation, negative thoughts, therefore we should always pay attention to control our defilements, negative. Controlling, reducing, one day you can eliminate, then that day you can keep your mind up all the time with happiness. So practicing Dhamma means we are trying to keep our mind with happiness all the time. How much defilements are reducing and controlling, that much you can keep your happiness with you. So that is the meaning of practicing Dhamma. You came here to learn something, learn Dhamma, and to practice with others, because as human beings, no one able to live alone. We always like to live with others. It's the nature, the reality. So we practice together to understand the situation, how would be the nature when we start to practice with others. It is kind of a difficult thing, it's not easy thing. For example, particularly about meditation, when you sit to meditate, you're going to start to hear things that you did not hear before. Because your faculty is getting calm and calm, your skills are increasing. Your abilities are increasing. You can hear things very, very subtle things, even very subtle things you can hear through your calmness. So therefore, someone who is sitting next to you, that person's breathe in and out, that might be bothering you to practice. That person's breathing, everybody breathe in and out, it's normal things, but now no one can hear that breathe in and out. But when you start to practice, when you sit for meditation, even the next person's breath would be kind of barrier for you to develop your concentration. Then at that moment, what you should do, you should develop your compassion. You should develop your equanimity. Without equanimity and compassion, there is no solution for that kind of thing. So this is very simple things regarding our practice. When you go to lay life, in your household life, when you are living with others, how many troubles, how many matters, how many problems come to you? Since in the morning to the evening, so many troubles, matters, problems are coming to you. So now you have some kind of thoughts, knowledge and experience, okay. All these problems, matters are arising because of ignorance, because of hatred and desire. All these three things create me, myself, ego. When we are living with ego, we have to pay for all these unwholesome thoughts. Therefore, now we know, okay, what I should do, instead of developing my ego, I have to pay attention to control my egoistic thoughts. Not to boost my ego, to control my ego. When I start to control my ego, then I can take care of my desire. I can take care of my anger. I can take care of my ignorance. Controlling, reducing these defilements, then I can gain my loving friendliness thoughts. I can gain my compassionate thoughts. I can gain my sympathy, joy, and equity. One day, you can establish these qualities with you, eliminating all defilements. So, practicing Dhamma means we pay attention to our mind, what kind of thoughts are arising, and recognizing thoughts, and we are analyzing, trying to find out the roots of that thoughts, and then we are ready to go in against that roots, going against that roots. If we have anger, we ready to develop metta, loving friendliness. If we have jealousy, we ready to develop sympathetic joy. If we don't have tolerance, patience, we ready to develop equanimity. So developing all these human qualities, these are human qualities. If we are talking about metta, compassion, sympathetic joy, loving friendliness, then we are talking about human qualities. Through the other living beings, we may not be able to accept any of these qualities, only the human beings. So therefore, practicing Dhamma means we are developing our mindfulness. Why do you want to develop mindfulness? To see things as they are. To recognize your roots of your thoughts. Where these thoughts come in, what regarding these thoughts come in. So then, with that mindfulness, you develop your energy and effort for what? To control unwholesomeness. To control unwholesomeness. Controlling unwholesomeness, and same time you pay attention to increase your wholesomeness. Then decrease your unwholesomeness, increase your wholesomeness. And through this practice, this is mindfulness, and then the second step, through the mindfulness, you can get into concentration. Developing concentration, analyzing, at the end, you can come to wisdom. You can reach to wisdom. Through the wisdom, you can see things as they are very clearly. You can see things as they are very clearly. Then you know the situation. For example, years ago, people who did not know the system of this environment, while we're having rain, they thought the gods are giving water for us, because they did not know this circle. But nowadays, most of us know when we have rain means we can recognize the circle. We know that. And if there is lightning, those days people thought the gods are playing. That's why we have suddenly we can see some lights and sounds, lightning. But nowadays we know what is happening there. It is not regarding the gods, it's the natural things, natural phenomena. Therefore, we don't have any myth about these kind of things now in our mind. We don't have doubt about these things. In the same way, person who achieves wisdom, that person can release from so many troubles, so many problems, doubts, and all other unnecessary thoughts. This is the meaning of wisdom. So, when we're talking about peace and happiness is a result of our wisdom. Without wisdom, there's no way to establish our peace and happiness. Because peace and happiness is a thoughts. Thoughts arise in our mind. If your mind full of anger, full of ignorance, full of desire, there's no way to gain happiness. Therefore, to gain happiness and establish your happiness, you should clean your mind. To clean your mind, you need wisdom. Without wisdom, there's no way to clean your mind. So, we practice Dhamma to clean our mind, establish our happiness. So, there are 3 steps: mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. Through the wisdom, we can eliminate all these unhappy stages in our mind. This is the meaning of practice, and this is the meaning about the days that you spent here with us. You did not come here to learn to pray. You did not come here to do just chanting. You came here to open your mind. To open your mind, not to cover. Open your mind. So therefore, to open your mind and to see things as they are clearly, we have to apply the method. Without applying this method, there's no way to open our mind and see things very clearly. It is impossible. Therefore, practicing Dhamma means through your applications, you are developing your insight to see things very clearly. With that establishment, with that applications, with that achievements, you can establish your happiness, inner peace. All these benefits will be there. So, the Buddha said, Tumme kiccang atapwa kahataro tathagatu. Buddha said, I am just a teacher. I can only show the path. I can't take you. I would like to repeat it as Buddha. I am also just a teacher. I can take. You are not able to go with me. You, everyone have different personal practice, personal path. The results would be with you. You can achieve your developments through your practice. So, all the responsibilities are with us, not someone else. So therefore, paying full attention, developing energy, turning into right directions, pay full attention to increase your practice, and through your practice, you definitely you will reach all these stages. So then you can be happy forever. Living in house life, you don't get much support for this. Therefore, when you feel now it is time to recharge my battery, come back again to Bhavana. We will help you. This place is for you to recharge. Recharge about your spiritual development. Recharge about your increase mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. So, having that thoughts in your mind, I would like to end today our retreats, 3 characteristics of existence. So, we will meet again in another way, in another day, because everything is impermanent. You may not be able to see me again. I may not be able to see you again. We who came here little while ago had been changing, not only you, even me, and all other things. This is the lessons that we tried to understand last few days, but keep that in your mind as a knowledge now. Later on, it will become your experience. So, thank you very much for your kind participations and joining with us to continue these retreats. And because of you, I got wonderful opportunity to share my knowledge and experience with you. Thank you very much. Even though facing many difficulties, you were able to listen to my talk. Thank you very much for that. So then we can start. preparations, then you all can come to dining hall to do chanting right after the lunch. If you like to go, you can go. If you want to stay, you can stay. We don't have any matter about that. Okay, thank you.